Next on Worcester News tonight, state police are looking for an armed man still on the loose. Officers say he carjacked a vehicle after leading police on a highway chase. Plus, it's one of the wettest falls on record, and an Auburn Christmas tree farm says it may be affecting sales. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Olivia Lemon. Our top stories: state police searching for a suspect who got away after an early morning chase and carjacking. The pursuit started in Webster and ended up in Worcester's Kelly Square. Our Chandler Walsh is following this for us tonight. She joins us now. Chandler?
Olivia, police are still looking for the driver. The pursuit involved officers from Webster, Auburn, Oxford, and state police. The suspect is a 28-year-old Spencer man who's known to police. A man sends police on a chase from highway to highway. It began in Webster early Thursday morning when officers noticed a truck with unregistered plates. Dispatchers informed the officers the driver is known to police.
With some officer safety concerns, and that's all I'll say about that, but he did radio that to the officers, so they were aware that it was a little bit more than just a routine car stop. Webster police followed the driver onto 395 where they stopped him, but before he could be cited, the Spencer man drove off, grazing an officer with his truck's mirror. No injuries, fortunately, but he did have to jump into the slow travel lane on 395. Webster and Oxford police briefly followed the 28-year-old. At one point, it looks like stop sticks were deployed or were going to be attempted to be deployed, and the driver went into the northbound lane on 395, going the wrong way. Mass State Police then joined the pursuit. They deployed stop sticks, damaging the suspect's truck tires. They say he then went onto 290, traveling in the wrong direction, crashed, and forced another driver out of his vehicle with a handgun.
My husband and I were walking up the Harrison Street Bridge going over the highway, and we saw all the cruisers getting on the highway. The chase continued into the Kelly Square area of Worcester. A woman who didn't want to go on camera says she saw the driver just before police lost him. It was scary and exciting at the same time because I've never seen anything like that.
We know who he is. We'll be charging him, and I'm sure his location will be found.
Mass State Police are investigating and say the driver's whereabouts are still unknown. They say 2 females were with the suspect in his truck. They stayed there after he fled. They're being questioned. It's unclear if they'll be facing charges. Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Turning now to the weather. Chilly tonight, but let's see how the Festival of Lights tree lighting will be tomorrow with meteorologist Tim Kelly.
Tomorrow, not that different than today. Seasonable chill, intervals of clouds and sunshine. This is the virtual forecast looking down about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. These are the earliest sunsets of the season, so perfect for a Festival of Lights. As the sun goes down, Festival of Lights commence. Bryn Elliott performing. Free, well, I don't know if it's free, but there's public skating at the Oval. The temperature is 35 to 40. Call it a seasonable chill, a lot like what today was, and looks dry for the most part, but clouds are getting thick, and there's a slight chance that there just could be a few snowflakes coming in, probably around 8 or 9 o'clock. There's a weak warm front coming in. That warm front's not going to do much. We're going to be about freezing tomorrow evening. Wake up to freezing tomorrow morning. No big storm for the next 48 hours. However, Saturday night gets more interesting. We'll take it right through 10 days, a wet Sunday, and then more cold in a few minutes.
And if it seems like we've had a lot of rain this fall, it's because we have. The National Weather Service ranks this November as one of the wettest in Worcester's recent history. And with the holiday season here, all the rain is having an impact on the area's Christmas tree farms. Our Roslyn Flaherty visited one in Auburn today and has our story. Roslyn?
Olivia, the impact is good and bad. While there is a little bit of mud, the trees are looking full and green. Luck's Tree Farm in Auburn has sold Christmas trees for 56 years. In all that time, they've never seen a fall with so much rain.
Very tough trying to gather all the greens here and get things going and set up.
The National Weather Service says this November is the second wettest in Worcester since 1976. The city has had 10 inches of rain. Tree farm owner Richard Luck says he's worked hard to minimize any problems for his customers.
When the frost came out of the ground, I put some tops down to keep the mud down for everybody walking, and worked out well.
Luck says the rain actually helped the trees become healthy and green this year.
There's a lot less brown on them because all the wind and rain we had knocked the old needles off earlier.
The 15-acre tree farm has about 7,000 trees for people to cut down on their own. Luck says this weekend will be a big one for people getting into the holiday spirit. He suggests wearing appropriate shoes because you never know what the ground will be like.
No high heels, no sandals, because it's a little treacherous out there.
Do people wear high heels?
Definitely.
Does that surprise you?
They get all stuck in the mud.
Now they sell about 500 trees per season and say this year looks promising. Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Good Chemistry in Worcester is awarded the city's first retail marijuana license Thursday. The dispensary opened for medical sales in August. Today's approval was the last local confirmation needed. Now the retailer needs final approval from the state's Cannabis Control Commission. License conditions approved by the city's License Commission are intended to avoid a repeat of traffic issues like Leicester saw when Cultivate began selling recreational marijuana. The YWCA in Worcester is set to receive its first major renovation in more than 56 years. The organization opened in 1961 and since then has only had one partial renovation. The YWCA announced this week they've surpassed the halfway point of their $7.5 million capital campaign. The total renovation is expected to cost more than $23 million. Executive Director Linda Cavioli says they will stay open while the work is being done. Renovation is set to start next summer, and the organization's mission to empower women will continue.
Worked up to this point with all women-owned firms. So our project manager, Pink & Company, is a woman-owned firm. We hired Consigli Construction as our construction manager, and they've put together a totally women-run project team for the YWCA.
And close to 200 private and corporate foundations and individuals have supported so far, including two $1 million donations, which is the largest gift the YWCA has ever received. The Worcester Railers showing off the newly renovated library at Lakeview Elementary School. Thursday, two players got a chance to read books to students and answer questions about playing for the hockey club. The Railers and several organizations spent time this past summer updating the room in the more than 100-year-old building. Principal Maureen Power says it makes it more exciting for students to come and visit.
Because there's, relationships being built, kids are learning new things about teamwork, about skating, you name it.
It was really important for us to kind of focus on a project that we thought would really benefit the kids in the area. And first thing that comes to mind, of course, is reading and the importance behind that and education and how everything stems from that.
And the Railers say the library now resembles the inside of the team's locker room. The athletic department at Worcester Polytechnic Institute creates a staff shirt every year, but this year, instead of printing the usual mascot logo, they decided to use the shirts to spread an important message. Our Brittany Schaefer joins us live now with the details. Brittany?
Olivia, the department printed "United We Win" on the shirts. Athletic Director Donna Harmon says diversity, inclusion, and sports go hand in hand because everyone needs to work together as a team. Azita Bakhtiari is a first-generation American volleyball player and a pre-dental student at Worcester Polytechnic Institute. She, along with the school's athletic department, is spreading a powerful message.
People look up to us, and being inclusive for everyone is really important, just to create an atmosphere where everyone can thrive.
It's why the department printed "United We Win" on their shirts this year. And what is usually restricted to just athletics has traveled further than ever before.
They were like, where can I buy this? I need to have this in my closet.
When we posted a picture of it on Instagram, it just went viral. We had not only just our athletes, but alums, rest of the campus, other departments reaching out to us and asking us whether they could get these t-shirts.
Hundreds of shirts have been sold, with all proceeds benefiting diversity inclusion groups on campus and cancer research. The shirts also have all the cancer ribbon colors. Athletic Director Donna Harmon says the disease has affected many in their department.
Unfortunately, we've had breast cancer in particular, touch several in our department. And we do have some student athletes who are also battling cancer. And using the different colors, we were trying to show also that we understand the different issues from breast cancer to pancreatic cancer that we've had to support through the years as well.
Student athletes say these messages drive home for them and they feel the support at WPI.
A few of my family members, they've had cancer in the past. I actually had an aunt who passed away a couple years ago. So just having that message and like having the support all around campus is amazing for me.
Amazing, like even just walking through campus and seeing people with the shirts on. Diversity is celebrated on this campus.
The shirts are available online for $20. The school says they've sold 206 of them. Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
It can be a deadly pregnancy complication and right now has no cure or adequate treatment options. Preeclampsia is a hypertensive disorder associated with pregnancy. Researchers at UMass Medical School are studying a gene therapy model to advance treatment. They say being able to treat preeclampsia with an injectable drug would be a major advance.
Whenever they show the compound that we used is what's called a lead compound. It's not the final drug. It says that this approach can work, but what we need, the next stage in the process, is to get the next round of funding.
And the researchers say it's hard to get funding from private sources because of liability issues.